What's up, you ILUS family? What's up, you ILUS army? What's up, you money makers? Welcome back to the channel. We are going to talk about ticker symbol ILUS. We took a pause. As you see, ILUS is between 31 and 34 cents in today's trading session, but ILUS has been making headlines into the stock movers and shakers lately, and it is one of the fast growing and fast gaining stock for last 4 to 5 weeks. There is an amazing ride. We took a pause, but it's not really a bad sign in my honest opinion, because the stock cannot go in one direction over and over again. Many of you watching this videos and my subscribers bought this stock around 4 to 5 cents. So I do not believe there is a ton to worry about just yet. But while we took a pause into the stock price, we gained a ton of momentum from the community standpoint, from the army standpoint, from the society standpoint, and there are tons and tons of more people looking into ILUS. Reddit is flooded with a ton of ILUS posts, so I want to keep you posted that having a bit of pause, meaning we are filling up the fuel to run for the next phase. And that's probably true for all the stocks that we have seen, including some of the cryptocurrency. We started seeing the pause, which is once again healthy, and I wouldn't blame you if you really took the profit, because it was a run up, massive run up of 7 to 8 times return on the investment. Hey, where do you see that kind of return? So yes, if you sold it, well, I'm happy for you and I am not going to blame you. There is a huge gain and momentum that we'll look into. I'll share some of the Reddit posts. We'll look into the stock widths, the way it is growing fast. Their Twitter handle is also growing, and with ton of juicy information from the official Twitter handle from the company itself. We'll look into that as well. Their short volume remains pretty high and steady, so we'll also look into that. That potentially mean that the short sellers are taking a breath and they might be still screwed, but they're hoping for the best as well. And this is one of the great sign, even though with the high short volume, we're keeping up with 34 cents. That for the stock, that was 4 cents just before 4 or 5 weeks. So let's talk. I have a ton of juicy information to share with you. If you haven't clicked the like button, click the like button, because it's going to help me. It doesn't cost you anything. We'll be able to share this video and this research and analysis with more and more people, and your help is very much appreciated. Click on the subscribe button as well. That doesn't really cost you anything as well, but that will help out my channel a lot. Turn on the notification bell if you really want to find out every single time I post a video. As soon as I drop, you'll get notified, and I share a ton of time sensitive information on a ton of penny stocks, growth stocks, mid cap, large cap stocks, and also cryptocurrency. So let's get together and talk more about ILUS. Now, looking further into ILUS, let's take a look at 1 month. The stock had a massive run up of 235%. Remember, the stock went all the way to 42 cents. Right now, we saw a little bit of a dip, as you see right here. The dip is about 10%. So in my opinion, it's not really a big deal, but the stock ran up so much as well at the same time. Take a look how fast the stock ran up. For that, I want to do the 6 months chart so you can take a look. So we are looking at August 19th through September right here, 20th. So day before yesterday, we had 428% gain. Even better, if you take a look from right here, when we were 3 cents or 4 cents, it was a massive run up right here, 825%, which is once again a massive run up. Let's take a look at the volume. Short volume is once again, as I mentioned, super high. 66 million is the total volume, whereas the short volume yesterday was 28.9, almost 29 million. That puts that short volume ratio at 43.65. It's a pretty heavy and high short volume for the stock price that is going up and up. Remember, regardless of that, the stock price is not impacted. It's not 15, 20, 30, 40% down from its peak. It's only 10% down. And the thing that goes up super fast, it has to get into consolidation phase before it makes another run up. Now, once again, if you take a look at this volume, the volume right now looking pretty healthy. It's about 79%. versus the average volume. So 19.29 million volume in today's trading session, whereas the 65-day volume is 24.31 million. Now this is once again, this is a really good momentum that we see on Reddit, on Wall Street Bet, on Twitter, also on YouTube. More or less, there are not a ton of videos about ILUS on YouTube just yet, but let's take a look what this post says. This is once again before 10 hours, as you see right here. Their CEO Nick mentioned, we wanted to provide an update on the acquisition as there have been many questions, and this is once again big catalyst. Whenever the company is going to share some of the great and positive information about this acquisition or the European deal, the stock may skyrocket. Now don't blame me because I'm not a financial advisor, do not have a crystal ball or anything along those lines, but my hunch says that it's one of the biggest news that ILUS can deliver. There is no doubt. Let's read this a little bit more what their CEO says. There's no doubt that this is an exciting acquisition for us and for all our shareholders. We look forward announcing more information on this deal as it's astronomical numbers. Now, astronomical numbers, the company itself is super excited. So think about it, what shareholders will do on the top of company's management. This is a catalyst. This is a big catalyst that can change the number. Remember, this is a penny stock that has more than $500,000 in net profit, and it grew super fast. So once again, the ton of people are commenting on Twitter, as you can see, and many people started buying just now. So think about, if you bought it at 4 or 5 cents, you are in a much better place. Even I want to say, if you bought it around 10 cents, you have still 3 times or 3.5 times return on the investment at the moment with the current stock price. Also, take a look right here, $1 tomorrow by ILUS. So this is the type of the momentum that I'm talking about. This post is just 1 hour, actually at this point 3 hours ago. $1 by ILUS tomorrow. So what that means is ILUS breaking news. JP says guarantee he'll release a new podcast tomorrow with some juicy information, or the information from Nick. Now, if you know, he is one of the executive, JP Backwell, I also covered his presentation in my previous video. So that is going to be once again pretty juicy. And let's take a look right here on this particular tweet. Touched base with Backwell JP after 12 a.m. his time. He said he did guarantees that the Q&A podcast regarding his presentation last week will go up tomorrow. So if you don't know the context, basically there was no time into that presentation, and they mentioned that questions and answers you can ask directly, that will be answered. So he's going to upload tomorrow, meaning within a couple of days. So that can add a ton of fuel and a lot of positive momentum as well, because the company realizes the power of social media. It will encompass some of the points that Nick was going to discuss in his podcast, with some juicy tidbits included ILUS. So that's going to be super exciting, and I will keep you posted. So this is once again a ton of great information. Now, this one tweet is exciting to me, and hopefully it's exciting to you as well. This came from the ILUS International Inc., their official Twitter handle. We are moving full steam ahead towards our plans. That's what ILUS is saying. Next week, we'll start the series of announcement. Once again, juicy, super juicy. They're going to announce. Next week, we'll start with series of announcement on the deals we have been working tirelessly on. Very exciting future for ILUS International and ILUS shareholder family. Now, this excites me a lot because the company themselves, they believe that this is a very exciting information. These are very exciting numbers, and they want to share this with us. While they are excited, definitely the investors and shareholders will be excited. One more thing I wanted to tell you is their followers on Twitter handle are growing because the company now has started sharing more regular information which is important for the shareholders and the investment community. Once again, a great thing that they're growing fast. If you take a look at their stock widths right here, I wanted to quickly share that with you as well. Their stock widths is growing as well. ILUS 34 cents. Their message volume is 9.35% up with almost 12,000 watchers, as you can see right here. Now, if I click on the message volume, you'll be able to see there is an exponential growth in the message volume on stock widths. That also means that more and more people are talking about ILUS, more and more people are looking into ILUS, more and more people are buying ILUS as well. So take a look. Starting September, it went a little bit down, but 7th September, starting that, it's an exponentially growth into the messaging and into the sentiment as well. So sentiment is ups and down based on the stock price, which in my opinion is not a bad thing, because there will be always ups and downs, especially when the stock goes high this fast, this high this fast. So there will be some hiccups, and I'm not worried about personally. Well, I'm not a financial advisor, but take a look right here. If we take a look for a consecutive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days. For consecutive 12 days, the stock ran up like crazy from 9 cents to 42 cents, as you see right here. Now, if you think about 8 or 9 cents to 42 cents, it's more than 5 times just in 12 days the stock ran up. So it has to take a deep breath before it can go to the moon. I'm super excited about the future of the stock price. As I mentioned, many people are thinking that this will hit $1. The company itself also mentioned that they have big plans to getting listed on NASDAQ. They also specified this is not going to be a reverse split. So the company is really crystal clear and they know what they're trying to do. In my opinion, they get the job done. However, there is some delays. But there is always delays, especially when the companies are small, because they have to wear many hats to get this job done. On the top for ILUS, they're also dealing with some of the government stuff in Europe, because government is always backlogged with a ton of the backlog that they have. On the top, they will have some of the rules and regulations, which will also take the time. So I don't blame ILUS and their management team. All in all, ILUS is looking pretty healthy in my opinion. Definitely there is a pause, which is not a bad thing. Just from what I'm thinking, this is not a huge sell-off or anything along those lines. For the stock that went up like this parabola, as you can see the graph, boom, it went up super fast. There will be some consolidation, but think about it did not really go to 25 cents. Rather, it went from 42 cents to 34, 33 cents. Now the RSI is looking pretty healthy in my opinion as well. As you can see right now, if I refresh this and if I go back to 5 days or 1 day chart rather, we will be able to see that their RSI was pretty healthy, and that was not really an overbought and oversold condition. Take a look, 42. 42 is not an overbought, not an oversold condition, which will impact the price, the stock price adversely. So this is a pretty healthy RSI. One thing that you also want to notice is their revenue, their volume is spiking up, which is once again a great thing, from 71 million to 118 million. Yesterday it was cut in half, almost 66 million. Today we got back into the momentum. Right now, within 1 hour of trading, we are seeing 20 million volume. I hope you like this information. I hope this adds value. If you enjoyed this, click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, turn on notification bell. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.